Welcome to this week's edition of the Late Night Show with me, Pacman, right here on BMTV 114 on the Top Star Bouquet. And of course, you can catch us on our YouTube channel, BMTV Zambia 114. Arsenal. Yeah, I know. Look, I'll be serious. I'm not a football fanatic. I am not. I don't follow football at all, but I've seen everyone, all the Arsenal fans. Congratulations, Arsenal fans, winning the EPL, the English Premier League title after 22 years. Meaning some of these players that we're seeing playing in the, today, they were not even born the last time Arsenal won the title. Anyway, congratulations. Let me not be a hater. What's with some of these names in Arsenal, though? We've got Jesus, Jesus, got Saka, you got Rice. So you put the rice in the Saka and Jesus prays under 5,000 feet on one Saka. A Saka can't turn to be a tent. Anyway, congratulations to all the Arsenal fans out there. Well done. Yeah. This was the week that we saw nominations coming through from all over. Congratulations to all those who successfully filed in their nominations. My brother, Brian Mununka, he successfly filed in his nomination. He's standing in Kanyama, I think, on the Tonse Alliance, Kanyama constituency. Also, Henry BJ Piri, also standing as an independent in for Lusaka Central. And big congratulations to my brother, Musaiwale Mwelwa, standing on the UPND Lusaka Central. Congratulations to all of you, all of those. Congratulations to all of those who successfully filed in their nominations. I know my sister is standing. Also, Mutinta Musokotwane is standing, I think, at Tombora on the UPND. I don't know if she's successfully filed in her nominations. So we're seeing a lot of nominations going in and a bit of confusion here and there. We also saw how the UPPZ President Charles Chanda was so peeved. He was so angry when they disqualified him. He couldn't file in his nomination.
This is why they've kept us 2 hours here.
We are not going.
Look here. Can you see? Can you see? This is the letter. This is the adoption letter from UPPZ. Magari from Supra. Charles Chanda. What is the reason? Here it is. Here is the evidence. Here is the evidence. And now, I'm going to spill the beans. Why ECZ has rejected me. Because this is absolute nonsense.
Anyway, we saw him, we learned that he actually apologized for that outburst. I just want also to suggest to the ECZ that maybe some, when those forms, the papers, whatever is written on those papers that the candidates have to, to read, maybe you may increase the fonts, make them all uppercase, increase so that, the candidates don't look like they don't know how to read or they didn't go to school or, because that's why I am a man of impossibilities.
After I'm taken into office, I need to make serious changes. We cannot be living in 2026 like we are 1994. No, we are going to make serious changes. One will deal with the water. We thank God we have the boreholes. But now we need drums. When we put those higher drums, 5,000, then we do 6 meters west, 6 meters left, 600 meters. Then we put taps 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. People should be able to open a tap in 2026. We are tired, us as young people, seeing other people not doing what is right. We are stepping down and there will be serious changes. I am a man of impossibilities. You are going to see something different in Chama. something that has never happened before. Because
anyway, if you haven't been to school, that's why the government is offering us free education. Which brings me to a very disturbing subject, and I want to talk about it today. I want to talk about it today. We are now in the campaign season. This is full campaign season. Parliament was dissolved. Campaigns have basically started. We are Zambians. We are peaceful people. Let's no one cheat you, cheat us, even you so-called Gen Z, the youngsters. We are peaceful people. This violence is no to violence. Please, we don't want violence. Please, you know, they said that party was not violent, but I gotta disagree with that statement because we also, you know. Abolish violence. I would like to urge all of us, from ourselves, from myself, Pacman, to you, my viewers, if you are watching this, please say no to violence. Say no to violence. If you are a youth, someone offers you money to go and participate in some violent activities, you know what? Get that money. Get it, put it in your pocket, have a nice time, assure the guy that, yeah, you know what, I'm gonna go and do that. But don't do it. Don't do it. Don't get involved in violent activities, especially you, our youths. They just use you. After all is done, yeah, guess what? You are like a bubblegum. So please, I'm urging all of us Zambian citizens, if you love Mother Zambia, say no to violence. Plus, the law is there. The law says we must not engage in any violent activities, otherwise you find yourself in some serious problems. And this is what normally happens. The ones who entice, throw some money, do some things, they'll get away with it. But you, who actually carries out the violence, you are the one who's going to end up carrying this burden. So please, bash violence. Let's have a topic-centered campaign. Let's have an issue-based campaign. Let's look at our issues, the issues affecting us. We have a high youth unemployment problem. Vote for the candidate who's going to give you a message that tells you that, yes, this is how we're going to sort out the youth unemployment problem. You know, a realistic way. Even the candidates, please, when you are promising your voters, promise them realistic things. Key takeaway from this is, please, let's stay away from violence. Abash violence. That's our message from the late night show, from BMTV. No violence. Say no to violence. Before we break off and go straight into our interview with our guest today is Mathias. Now, of course, allow me to re-emphasize that if you have a problem with abusing alcohol, or if you know someone who has a problem with alcohol abuse, get in touch with me. You can send me a message, or you can send a BMTV a message. We will direct you to where the help is for all of those affected by alcohol abuse. We have an organization called People Affected by Alcohol Abuse, and it helps with this problem. A lot of our youths are abusing alcohol. As we go into this campaign season, a lot of cash will be flying all over the place. Alcohol will be flying all over the place. Don't get trapped in that cycle of alcohol abuse. We'll be right back, and when we get back, our guest will be in the studio. Mathias now. It's the Late Night Show with Pacman.
Hey, yo, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? I go by the names of Frankie on this one, yeah. And you're watching The Late Night Show with Pacman on BMTV.
Welcome back, and of course, our guest is here with us in the studio. Our guest for today is none other than Mafas Musali, aka Mathias Nell.
Exactly, why not? Nell is the man.
When?
Well, I'm grateful really to be in this house. I think I've been waiting for this opportunity, and here it has come. So here I am. Proud I am, and let's do this.
Now, thank you so much, Mathias, for gracing us with your presence on the Late Night Show with Pacman.
Of course it is.
Nice.
Even take some here.
Take some coffee, man. Mathias, always Mathias. I mean, your fans, my viewers, our viewers might be thinking, who's this guy?
Yeah.
Something is arrogant.
Yeah, of course.
So
of course.
who is Mathias Musumali? Mathias Nell.
Yes.
The nickname Nell actually is a literal translation of his surname Musumali.
Why not?
Nell.
So how do you translate yours in English?
I think ours is not translated. As a Zulus, we didn't have a time to translate.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yes. So just to dive into the question, Mafas Musali is Mlunda by tribe from Northwestern Province. To be precise, we would say Mwinilunga, because for us, don't say Mwinilunga, as we say Mwinilunga. Exactly.
M1.
So I was born on the 10th January 19 something. Yes.
Not 2000.
Exactly. So I was born in Mwinilunga, and I studied my primary school right in Mwinilunga at Kabanda Kanyahampa Primary School. Then from there, I think I moved in grade 3, yeah, because by that time, my mother, I grew up with a single parent, so my mother could not really afford, to meet certain demands. So I had to move to Kabanda Primary School, where I did my from grade 3 to grade 5. And then I remember I had an uncle who is late now. May his soul rest in peace. He used to live in Lusaka. So he visited us and he was like, yo, I'm going to take this boy to Lusaka. And that was in 1996. I was really, really young, very young. So when he brought me to Lusaka, I started my grade 5. Actually, because the time that we came, what he did was he was not settled as well. So he decided to leave me by my other relative that I didn't even know. So he left me there, and I remained with people that were now getting along with. So I remember I stayed a year, not going to school. Then I started my grade 5 again the following year at Chiwolia Basic School. So when I started my grade 5, my uncle could not really have time to check up on me to know what was going on, what was happening. So if I can remember so well, I think I stayed from grade 5, grade 6, grade 7. Nobody, not even the uncle that brought me to Lusaka, could pay the school fees. And I remember those days, school fees were quite affordable. It should be 50 kwacha or so. And my uncle could not afford to pay the school fees. So the time that I was hitting grade 7, I think by then I knew how to buy my own books.
Wow.
I knew how to buy my own shoes. And I could say I was in, like, there's about 10 years or so. So the people that I could live with, where he left me, life was really hard. They could send me to fetch water in the morning. They could wake me up at 5 to go and tap water. By then, Chiwode, we didn't have water, so I could go to Kanyama to tap water from there, come back. By the time you're coming, it should be 8. They'll send you to buy bread. By then, there was no bread. We used to buy buns. So they would send me to buy buns in Soweto. I'm coming home, it's 10 to 11. And we're supposed to go to school at 11:30. We're supposed to be in class. So the time that I could go to shower up, you find that they've and they'll just tell you, my buns is cheaper. So
Kumandio is window good.
yes. So my buns is cheaper. So I think it was up where I would check Mazulu. So I could go to school without food, without anything. Go to school, knock off at 17, coming back home. I'm expecting that maybe Mr. President can see me. You find they'll just tell me, see Magulibe, so Mazulu. So as days goes by, I had to wake up and say, I need to be doing something because I'm going to starve. Because at time you could find that in a week, maybe I'll just be eating in the evening, more especially if I'm going to school. Meaning the whole day, I'm just nothing. And the time that I'm going to school, because by then I used to live with my uncle. He's also late. May he so rest in peace. When in the morning, the time that he's giving out monies because we were about 4 of us, I think, who were going to school, he could give his children, here's money for break, here's money for break, here's money for break, here's money for break. And when it comes to me, he'll say, you're in Darama Zasir. So I was on my own. Life was like that until I had to wake up. So what I used to do was when I go to fetch water in Kanyama, there are those women who cannot, do water on themselves. They can't fetch water. So they're the ones that would approach me. So for me, that was the job. So when they call me, 5. So you can imagine, I could go in the morning at 6. I'm coming from that place should be 10 because I also need something. So I know that even if I go home, I'll find nothing. So I to 5. Azan pasako 1,000. By then it was the 1,000 yaja plastic. Azan pasako 1,000.
The polymer knots.
Exactly, yes. That's what I'm going to survive on. So until in grade 7, when we wrote our grade 7 exams, the time that the result came out, I find that my name was not there. So in my mind, I was like, since my name is not on the list board, it's a sign that maybe I have not made it. So I told my uncles, in a notice board. I was like, well, no, you can't make it. You failed already. And that's how I stayed in the
Now, is that, I'm sorry to cut you short, is that the same uncle who brought you from the village or it's another one, this one?
No, him.
Yes.
So, and he would just come and check up on me and he goes. And by then there were no phones where I can even call my mom and say, oh, mom, this is what I'm going through. There was nothing. I didn't know how it means for your family to buy you a pair of shoes. My childhood, I didn't know what it means where parents will come and buy you a pair of shoes, where parents will come and support you, where parents will come and encourage you to work hard. I didn't know all those things. I could only hear it from my neighbors when I was like, hey, school. So for me, that was the time I'm learning now to say, oh, that's the school in Masunga. So when I did my grade 7, there was nobody who was interested to know what I did at school. Nobody went there until everybody said, Siso wafiruka grade 7. Nizako hizo, you'll be on your own. I stayed for quite 2 years. There was nobody who can check up on me. Nezonkala nizunguluka mkomboni, Chibolia. Until 2 years later, I was like, no. Because by then, I didn't know how to speak English. I didn't know any... my reasoning was just something else. And of course, being a young boy. So I was like, I think in a kumbira uniform. Because at times you could find that vajawanzanga weza na wam grade 7, manje na grade 8 na 9. Tikakumana, so nikaona wabwe na uniform.
Short.
Nikaona wabwe na. Then one day I was like, no, I think I must do something about my life. That's how I went to a community school. In Chibodia, there's a community school just by the ground. There's a ground, yeah. I went there, I spoke to the head teacher. I told him to say, Nenebe onsunga, but nifulani ambe school. And she was like, no, you need to find a guardian. I went in the street, I met this man. I told him that I want you to stand as my guardian. Zakpasangonika 50 kwacha. And he agreed. We went to the school, he spoke to them, and they agreed. And we paid, it should be about 100 kwacha. So that was the school fees the whole year. I paid the 100 kwacha. That's how I took back myself to school. I started again grade 6. Now look at this. After 3 years, I went back and started grade 6.
Grade 6.
Started grade 6. The teacher spotted me to say, no, you're Nanzero. So I'm going grade 6. Because by then I was a bit odd. That's how Manapo and Jumpis and Peckham grade 7. Grade 7, we wrote the exams. Na pass. My result ya choka, I took the acceptance letters to my uncles. Oh, bank, na pass. Acceptance letter, it should be about 200 or so. My uncles told me, if it life, just do whatever you can do and then pay for yourself. It was a terrible thing. I remember leaving that place with tears all over my face. I was like, I can't stop school. I've already cleared. I have passed. So I decided to start doing pieceworks in Soweto. So what I could do is I could go in Soweto, kubatapira manzi vaja, mina wagulisa mango, wagulisa chancha, nikawatapira when they give me something, kamani kaja, I'm hiding. Nisunga. Until kakwana, I went back, paid for my school fees, started grade 8. Now it was difficult because by then, grade 8 now it's demanding, it needs my time, it needs everything. And I remember after some point, I stopped school because life was just too much for me. By then I started living in like a very small house, very tiny one, because everybody chased me. My uncles chased me. I think by then I should be I was like 15 years old when they chased me to say no, I'm 15 years and I'm in grade 8. Which most of the people right now in grade 15 years, I think they should see them at school. So I completed my grade 12 at the age of 23. So from grade 7 up to grade 12, I don't know what it means where you can go to your brother and ask for money to say, Ngulengon book, Ngulengon this. I don't know what it feels. Everything that I have had in life, I had to sweat, I had to fight. Don't forget that I was in Chibolia. And in Chibolia, there are a lot of illicit activities, a lot of drugs, a lot of early marriages and all that. In the process, I ended up pregnanting some girl.
Some girl in Chibolia. Exactly. But did you end up selling some chamba?
So there was a point where we even wanted to. I remember we had gone to Eastern Province with one of my friends. He was like, "They can get a community business for vutikayo. Did get a community so that something." We went to Eastern Province. When we were there, I didn't have peace. We stayed there for a good 1 week.
What did you go to buy? Stocks?
We went to buy stock, yeah. That was my first time. We went to get stock, big man.
Chamba stock.
I stayed a week there. We were sleeping panja, so I stayed a week. My heart never gave me peace. That's how we left that place, came back, only to find that the uncle that brought me to Lusaka is late.
Oh.
Nishinaushika wanashika na maliro ya nasira. Oh my goodness. Oh. So that's the kind of life. And from there, I started my grade 8. I did grade 8. From there, I did grade 8 at New Kanyama Secondary School. Grade 8, from there, grade 8, grade 9, we wrote the exams. In grade 9, I passed to Chinika High School, where I did my grade 10 to 12. And that's how I graduated. That's how I completed my secondary level. And now there was an issue where I need to go to college because at least I managed to pass, to get my O levels. And there was nobody, because everybody in my family did not believe in me. Nobody believed that what I was doing can amount to something today. Nobody. Everybody painted me to be Iyo Zanka Church Kawalala. There's nothing you can do. You are useless. You are what? So, luckily, the neighbors that I could live with, at times they could call me for Shima, they could call me for church, they could call me for this. And that's how I committed my life to Christ. I think that's what really made me. And so all those activities that was happening in Chivolia, I did not involve myself because I foresee the future. Say, I think this is the kind of life that I want. I completed my grade 12, and then I met this lady. She used to be she used to work for Barclays Bank. By then it used to be Barclays Bank. I used to deposit some to my little monies. So every time I could go there, she's the one that could, attend to me. College and everything. Mommy, yo, Monica Musha, Monica Musha. We exchange phone numbers. Blah. Then we agreed we should go out. Yes. Where do you live? Tabisa. No, you gotta go kuja kuchwere, but kuja go mucha.
Nishukali kuchivoria.
Ghetto. And so this girl accepted. Say, okay, fine. We should go out. We should have a date. Get on the mwana boy Shankara kwa Ibex. If it's a samba a day. Well, we had good time together. I think I remembered I spent like a 5 zari that I had it. I go to my drink. And I get on bank. So even if I get
Mafias.
So get on one for such a phone so more. So Mathias, who do you want to be? You know me, I want to be a big man. I want to have money. I want to have cars. Oh, yes. Oh, okay. And this is a person who is already an accountant. And she's even,
established.
Bank by then.
No jokes. No jokes.
Get on up on who's jet. Boy, cheza. Nemo tinaendela. Na buena end. Not double check a message kafika. Mathias, I think we are not the same people. We are different people. I can't give you what you want. You can't even be my friend. I thought it was a joke. I tried to call. It went unanswered. I tried to call. Your number has been blocked. That's how that girl shot at me. The foreign day was like, first thing I started deposit a 5 zari. Atangena bank kumpeza ni even there lipo. Nonsondela pa next. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, but you my feelings.
I went back home in my Kawan roomed house. Into my Kawan room, and there was a kitchen, everything is there. I sat to myself and I was like, I think what this lady told me is the truth. I'm just a grade 12. Actually, in the school na late, and she's doing well, she's got a job. I think I can't match her. So let me give up. But what am I going to do? I think I need to go to school. Ndala ndemwe pushing and space na paonza tambocha na part time business administration.
Oh.
Life kambo panga kona says. So that's how I went at Unza. I did my business administration, finished my course in 2015. From there, I went back into business and started business until I am who I am today. So all those people that could look down on me, I think for now they really appreciate, and I don't hold any grudge against anybody. I knew that was a phase. It was something that was actually prepared for me to pass through, for me to be who I am today. So we are a family. I appreciate everybody, and I'm always there for even my uncle. I'm there for him. I support him, and we are a good family. And I happen now to be the pillar of my family. I've managed to take my young brothers, 2 of them, from grade 8 to 12 and take them to UNZA. The other one actually is graduating tomorrow with a degree in business economics, which I don't have.
Oh, wow.
So the other one also graduated last year. He was doing a business organization at Crystal University. So, and I've been really supportive, more especially to my parents. I've done quite a number of things for my young ones, for my siblings.
Wow.
And they really appreciate and celebrate Mathias.
That's a really touching story, Matthias, you know. And I think it explains your resilience, the way you carry out yourself with business, and that's what has made you a go-getter. That's your foundation.
In this life, you just have to.
What about the woman you impregnated, Muchimuzi? Where's the child? What happened? Suna sees the story.
So happy to say that the child is actually at my house.
Oh, Sam.
I managed to, we had a meeting and she was like, no, you can be with the child for now because since I have something to give the child is at my place and he even started school. As we're talking, he's in grade 5 and he's all happy, he's all good.
Nice one.
So matavana mdala.
Smaka na wana. Oh, wow.
Vomera chati mwana wanga but nilipo chati ndalama.
Matthias now. So now, how did you find yourself in our industry? How did you get into the acting industry?
Yes. So because of my childhood, I think there was no day or minute or an hour where I sat thinking about one day being in front of the camera. It never crossed my mind. It never, not even at church, not even at school, nothing. So, Mr. Chef, I mean, if my life ndala these days on my Facebook, I met this lady on Facebook and she was like, Iwe, ukonda maningi ma photos. So, usuma kansa kuchita videos about acting or anything. I was like, acting ni ben idea since I know 2 million since I know phones. There's a team, there's a group. We meet at one of the schools where we meet as youths and then we teach each other, we help each other and just to identify talents in young people. And then we have an idea that we need to start producing or making movies. I was like, oh, okay. So she said, you should come. That's how I went. It was a meeting. A meeting was on Saturday, actually. I found myself there. And I liked the environment, you know, they were teaching each other, they were actually learning about acting and all that. So they gave me a scenario to say, Mathias, assume you are in this situation, what can you do? I did it, they clapped for me.
Wow.
They gave me another scenario, I did it, they clapped for me. And I was like, hey, I think in the Ponka. Exactly. So that's how I started attending the meetings, and from there, I remember in 2016, we produced a movie called Wars of Secrets. That was my first ever movie to feature in. That was, it was showing at QTV. In the very year 2016, if not mistaken, there was another production that was called Masauso. It was by Mr. Banda? Yeah, something like that, which was airing on Zambezi Magic. That's how I found myself there. And Vambo Chitika. The greatest thing that ever happened to me, there was a time they were casting Mushala. And I remember there was a person called me, say, Mathias, do you speak out? I was like, yes. I was like, okay, I'm going to connect you, please, be available. I kept calling, hey, actually it's Mutinta. Yes. So then that's how we went for auditions, and I was given a role as a police officer. It was so interesting because, you know, the big man, Anjo Piri, was our director. It was so, for me, I think that's when I discovered myself and believed in me to say, okay, I think film is for me, I can do this. And that's how I got committed, and of course, just, you know, wanting to be there and just wanting to push. So I've featured in a number of production, in a number of movies. I think almost all the big projects that have been done in Zambia, I've been there, I've played a part. I've been in Black Dollar, the one for Kazadi. Yes, I've been in Zuba, I've been in Ubuntu, I've been in Pamaliket, I've been in Inkondo, the previous show which was airing on Zambezi Magic.
Yes.
Done by Oas Remwape and Jerox. These are good people that I've worked with, and it has really been awesome. Besides that, I'm also an executive producer for Awisi Films. Yes, I think I have managed to produce movies, should be 5 or so, to my name as an executive producer. Wow. So I'm not just an easy boy.
You've done great stuff, Mathias. Now, proud.
Yes, I've also happened to coach quite a number of young guys who are in the film industry. I've also managed to inspire quite a number of people. So the list is endless. We are still pushing. We have not yet reached. We are still there, and here we are today.
Now let's get into the.
What's the
Mathias Musumali. Let's get into the controversies.
Something interesting.
Let's get into the controversies. I mean, to be very honest, I've known you for quite some time now. If you know someone for over 10 years,
exactly.
You've known them for a long time.
Yes.
I met you through my brother, Kulinji. The Mathias I know is an actor, an astute businessman who's even into real estate, finance. No, what's I hear you're not Mathias anymore. You're actually Mafia now.
Is that so?
Nakutia porridge. What's tell us more. Tell us more about these controversies now, Mathias. I mean, what's
I think the controversy that has been there, most of it has come out of people really misunderstanding the concept or misunderstanding what was being talked about or what point was I trying to bring across. Quite a number of people that have just reacted have not really gotten the concept, have not gotten the full picture with understanding. I've noticed that in Zambia, if I like you, whatever you say is bad, regardless of what it is, I'm going to agree with you. And now we've got these people, some of them that have got to my following, they've got followers, they've got people that trust so much in them. So when those people just say this is bad, everybody that follows them will definitely agree with them. And this is where we've missed it. So yeah, people would say I said something that was unacceptable to the society, but 3/4 of the people that have come out to speak ill over what I said do not really get the concept, do not actually even take time to watch the full episode
of that
podcast to see what was Mathias talking about. How did he reach at this particular point? I'm a God-fearing person. I know God. I know God. God has done massive things to my life. Besides that, I also respect women. I respect women. I come from a background where my mother raised me as a single parent. I don't know. My father left when I was not even born. I have never seen the face of my father. I don't know what it means for a father to come and just love you and the father just come and, buy you this. I don't know what it means. I have been brought up by a single parent, my mother. If there are people that I have so much respect, are women. I have so much respect for women. I have so much love
for women.
But if you look at the things that went viral, despite having love, having, respect for women, don't forget that I'm also a human being, right? I'm also a human being. I've got my own priorities, or I've got my own I can go for this, I cannot go for this, right? So for me to point to say I cannot go for this is what I can go for, I think that should not be a
problem.
Of course. So if I choose to say, me, I like vakazi vatali. Those who are not tall should not really hold me to say you are an enemy of progress. No, that's me.
That's your choice.
As a man, you cannot be every person's man. I cannot be every woman's man. I can only be one woman's man at a time. So if right now I feel, oh, this is what works for me, I deserve some respect, right?
As long as you're not breaking the law.
As long as I'm not breaking the law. We have seen quite a number of things where women would pop up and say, in a sin konda muna vaso, in a sin konda muna vaso. But that has never been a crime. So if I say, okay, in a sin nenima zika konzelu, I mind what I eat, nene wanani kanapo, chifuka tauti nandi bekari konse, nene nifuna apa manje nene nambokana kwa na kangwe, nifuna kwa nene waso. You see, even on the same on the same thing, on the same podcast, I was actually discouraging men who go to those guys who target those people that I mentioned. I was not for the idea that older men should go in universities, and then I was discouraging that because I was a student at some point and I saw what happens in universities. Most of the people do not go in relationship because they want love, they want care. Most of them go in relationship because they want pleasure or because they want survival.
It's transactional.
Most of the relationship nowadays, they're transactional. And for me, I was discouraging that because I want a man who's able to make right decision. For me, I don't like men who really take money to spend on other things that does not profit them. Even on my TikTok, most of the time, I encourage men to stop doing those things. I encourage men to actually be focused. Because we've got a generation where men think when they have money, all that comes in their head is, I must have 5 girlfriends. I must have a lot of women. Those things does not profit.
No.
And that is what I was discouraging men.
You see.
But on the contrary, when you are presenting a show to the public, more especially if the show is not yet known, you pick those sensitive
parts,
or we call them teasers. Exactly. Even in a movie, if you want your movie to sell, you pick the teasers. Throw them to the public. Let people talk. In as much as they are talking, they would now be drawn their attention to watch the full episode. And that is what happened. That was the idea. That was the intention. But the trick part is that people really didn't have that time to go and watch the full episode for them to understand.
They just watched that clip.
Yeah, Mathias was crucified. Mathias was insulted. I appreciate people like Angel, the boss, Piri. You know, he was there. He could call me, Mwache. Because, in such situations, do you know people end up committing suicide? People end up, because the insults were unbearable.
I remember.
I appreciate people like Owas Raymape, people like Lee, people like Angel Pili. These stood there for me. They were calling me to just encourage me. Young man, this will go. Young man, be strong. And we need such people in the society. But the majority could paint me like Mathias, just a devil himself. Not only that, even in churches. At some point, I went to church and... oh my God.
What happened?
I went to church and people were looking at me like, the devil has come to church. You are praying, raising your hands, and instead of people praying, they start looking at you like
Lucifer is here.
Oh my God.
You are a Mario. Are you one? Are you a Mario? Are you?
And this is why I don't know if in Zambia we have people or women that are able to fund a classic man like me. Because this shoe, I wish the camera could pick. Ni makleni. Camera, please. Pick in sapato imwe. You see this shoe?
Ni makleni.
Not the Chinese. This shoe. For you to buy this, you need to have a proper budget. It's about 10,000. So,
We
Go on.
saw. We recently
And
saw.
there are phones here. These are not techno or whatever. This doesn't come cheap. But by the way, I'm not working. I'm driving.
Oh, yeah.
The other cars are parked at home. So for us to have such a woman that is able to spoil me, how much does she have? By the way, I'm original. Ukaenda moja muri light, yapo yankala dark. Ukaenda moja muri be light, yapo yankala.
Mathias, hey,
Come cheap.
tell them.
Go to the gym. You can't be broke. If you are broke, you can't go to the gym. I go to the gym. I mind what I eat. I look nice. So for me to find that woman, please, if you know there's somebody like that, so don't come cheap. By the way, I don't do rentals. I don't know what it means to rent. I have my own house. So how does a Mario?
Oh wow!
How does a Mario manage to buy such an expensive quality? Not quantity, quality. Not si palako, but there, man.
Damn,
So how?
and that's an original for something.
This is original, and of course on my hand it's about 15, original. Si palako,
So, Jabba.
So for me to be a Mario, then that person really, I think she's got a big company.
The big guy.
Exactly. Because my car is not 1.5 liters. It's about 2.5, and you know how much gas is. So
Wow. So, your latest stats now with Stu Relatable. What is that all about? Maybe can you tell us some more about that?
I didn't even know, or I don't even know that she's the one you've mentioned. But I think she's not the one you've mentioned. She went on a podcast, right? I was not there. She went on the podcast. And when she went on the podcast, she didn't go there to discuss, because people are calling her, no, ni wapuzila, ni wavizo. If it's this wavizungu, but the only principle that I learned at an early age is how to manage money. You can be educated, but in me, I know how to manage money.
Money, yes.
The little I have, I know how to manage it. You with your English, if you're English, you've got good grammar that can buy you can go in a shop and you buy a Hilux, then you're doing good. But you come with your English, me, I will go in a shop with money. So we'll see what happens. So now, so big man, she goes, she's given this podium, a public podium, podcast Yatu, which is the biggest podcast happening right now in Zambia, in case you don't know. She go on that podium, and instead of her discussing about productive issues or productive matters, she starts attacking Mathias. I don't know this same person in person. I don't know, I've never met her. I don't know, I don't have even, I don't have any idea of her. But she go on the podium, start attacking Mathias. Mathias is a Mario, which you didn't know, I'm sure you heard from her. Mathias is a Mario. Mathias is being kept by an old woman. Mathias can't even afford to take himself to the gym. Mathias is a useless man. He goes to the gym to work out so that he can grow certain things that God did not give him. Mathias is broke. Mathias is too odd. Am I too odd, please?
I want you can even choke on your hibiscus tea. Last time,
let me sip in my coffee.
My coffee.
We are taking coffee. It's a privilege, isn't it?
Yeah.
So she went on that podium talking about Mathias with a cheeky or in a cheeky tone. Who is this same Mathias? I hear Mathias is very odd, and he go for young girls. And now the episode is done. All she does is the episode is aired. I think there was a day I was just seated and somebody sent me a clip of her saying all those nonsense. Mathias, are you a Mario? Even my pastor called me and said, iwe, tamvera ti vama kusunga kuli, unakwatila vambuyazi. I was like, inakwatila vambuyazi, because you should have known. No, you takuta, but no, unakwatila vantizi, ndio mele vakusunga, ndio mele kupeleka na kujim. Kasi jim menda kwa mwini, ni ukusponsani. I was like, why did you say it? They sent me the clip. Then I watched it. I was like, Jesus, this person was supposed to be talking about other things. If she wanted to attack me, at least she should have called. We have a one-on-one conversation. I like what she's doing. Then I didn't really retaliate. I didn't say bad, looking at what she said about me. And by the way, if she's not going to apologize over what she said, we have sat with my legal team and we are planning to take it further, because what she did is character assassination.
There's cyber laws now.
I want her to prove, because for her to say I am a Mario, there are women, there are people in Zambia who respect me. There are people who have known me for a long time, and they have so much regard for me. But for her just to say, no, Mathias is there, Mario is an insult. It's an insult that you can call a classic man like me to say Mario. So if she's not going to apologize, we'll take this thing further.
You take it further.
I know. As you can see, my ring is here. I'm not married. Yes, I have a kid. I have kids, but I am not married at all. But then where are those old women she's talking about? Has she seen me with one? So this is the thing that I was talking. I didn't even talk much about it, but then she picked it and brought in her own sympathy, and then everybody's now sympathizing with her. But the focal point is, you cannot just go on a public podium to tarnish somebody's image.
No.
More especially if you don't have evidence, if you don't have proof. If there was proof, I would say, oh, I think maybe, but this is the person that doesn't even know me. So it's really, really disappointing to see young women who are supposed to be, leading, who are supposed to give us a positive picture. They're the ones that are tarnishing our images. Even my girlfriend, at some point, she was like, Mathias, I didn't know that you're a Mario. I was like, baby, you've seen how I take care of you. Can a Mario do that? She was like, no. She was actually pointing at the bed to say, baby, I sleep on an extra king size bed.
I want
you should call this woman and just tell her that you don't know Mathias. Exactly. So I think this is where the whole controversy is coming out. And like I said, people that she's got a following, and these people that follow her do not even know what they are talking about. Because if you pick one to say, okay, they don't even know what she said. But imagine if it was me talking like that against her. Where would it have been? And as you know, men were vulnerable in our community. Men are considered to be stronger people. Even when we are hurt, when we are disappointed, when we are depressed, people don't believe, don't trust us. So we need also to be standing for each other as men. Let's keep encouraging each other. Let's keep talking.
True.
Men are going through a lot. The society look at men to say, it all starts from our childhood. When we were growing up, we are told, you're not supposed to cry. You are not supposed to show weakness. You're not supposed to do this. But we are also emotional beings. We have feelings. So imagine what I'm going through. I meet this lady and she's telling me, Mathias, I was told you're a Mario. I go to church and people are looking at me with 5 eyes to say, hey, Mario Abuela. Could be feminine. Look smart. And I could see comments where people say, hey, so even those muscles can see Mama guy. Exactly. She has really done a lot of damage to my reputation.
Lelo makambo lobi makambo na lendi lelo kitumba lobi kosona na pae na boy ko bepi na zoto na gazambe na lembi Mario na pa. I want
Inasa mekwezechea ati uyogelo okutati anganipange che I think ningaende.
Ungaende.
But because of respect, because of our reputation, we don't do that. As a man, you cannot eat
You can't.
woman's money
No,
for free
no.
without being insulted, without being said all sorts of things.
I can't, man. Yeah.
In my life, I've met only one person. She used to work. I think she's still working for ZRA. That was should be in 2020. I met this lady Mdala. We get away. She's the woman that when we were going out, she would ask me, "Today, Mathias, the bill is on me. Let's go. Whatever you want to eat, just eat. The bill is on me. Next time, it's gonna be me. The bill is gonna be. I'm just going to foot the bill. On my birthday, she would even ask me, "This is your birthday, Mathias. What can I do for you?" She will spoil. At times when I'm broke, I've got issues. Because, in as much as we are growing up, there's a certain age where, of course, you are managing or you have what it takes. But there are times where at least just a helping hand is needed. You cannot give me much, but just even 100 kwacha to say, "Hey, guy, buy airtime." I think she's one of the women that I've met in life. Was
out of 1,000.
Vasala mdala oza nibia kujimu ati uza pesa di. Anina fio ya siri usita bwanji.
Uyapanga plan bwanji.
This year moto kakwenda basi. Yes. So
wow.
That's it. Yeah.
Hey, Mathias, thank you so much for gracing our show. I'm so impressed, actually, after having learned, of your background, how you grew up. It now explains why you have this, "Hey, me, I'm getting this. I'm doing it.
Yeah.
I'm going to succeed."
Exactly.
So I think, please continue encouraging, especially the young ones, those who might be going through similar things right now.
Yeah.
Encourage them, to say, "Look, it's on. We're going to do it."
Yeah.
As we wind down, today's interview, what last words do you have for your fans, for our viewers out there?
All I can say is we've done a movie. I think you spoke about this before the interview. We have done a movie called Hearts Astray. This movie is completely done. I would say it's 98% done. We're still working on sound and other small things, but soon it's gonna be in the cinema.
Okay.
And also to the young men, be responsible, enjoy life responsibly, learn to invest whatever little you have. Right here, I can be on a movie, I can go anywhere. Actually, for me, when I'm invited, I don't ask to say, "Hey, Muzani, can I go your gas?" I don't do that because I have enough. I just pop up, I show up. So, to the artists out there, please have a side hustle. Not whenever you are called for audition or whenever you are called for a job, you're asking, "No, have a side hustle that is going to spearhead your passion." I'm here because of my passion, and I appreciate I've met the right people. So keep pushing, keep believing in yourself. The sky is never the limit.
It is never the limit. Yeah. Before I let you go, Mathias, I know that you're doing a project in Zimbabwe. You're part of a series.
Oh yes,
in Zimbabwe. Tell us.
So I have a supporting role in Zimbabwe. I've been there twice now on a very big show. It's called Bundu. It's on. It should be K3 TV, which is also on DSTV, and this show is ongoing. Likely, I've now started to even inculcate Nyanja in Zimbabwe in those lines. So it's quite an interesting show. And suffice to say that I'm now an international actor.
Well done.
Yes.
Well done.
Zimbabwe is now my place because each and every year I have to go twice just to do the production. So it's quite interesting. And Zimbabwe is not dealing in kwacha, eh?
Yes, dollars.
Just to remind you, Zimbabwe is not dealing in kwacha.
The green
So
dollar.
when you go there,
You come back with dollar fat.
Yeah, so it's interesting, big man. And these people just spotted me when they came for Sotambe Film Festival.
Okay.
We're also premiering a movie, and then they spot me and they're like, "Yo, man, we're gonna create a role for you in Zimbabwe." And it has been awesome. It has been great, and we still believe in God for bigger things. Yeah.
And that brings us to the end of tonight's show. Make sure you join us next week at the same time. Big shout out to all of you, our beloved viewers. Thank you so much. Keep sending those messages in. Keep sending those suggestions in. Please, we thank you so much. Keep sharing and sharing and sharing. We love you. It's the Late Night Show. Until next week at the same time.